Near AI. What did you ship this week?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of What Did You Ship This Week? My name is Cameron Dennis, and we are kicking this one off with a pretty amazing set of updates from kicking it off with AVB from Open Agents Alliance. He is a new person who's going to be leading that initiative, which is pretty great. Julia from Tings. We have Shu from Mizu, Jordan from Public AI, Elliot from Open Crosspost, and then lastly, Matt Lockyer from Proximity Labs. We're going to be doing this every week for those who are tuning in for the first time. It's really just a showcase to get people to kind of highlight what they've been building over the last couple of days. And yeah, we have a bunch of ecosystem partners, and so we kind of bring a lot of the same guests on. I like to have most big projects talk at least once a month. So tune in next week if you want to hear from the next crew. But without further ado, bringing AVB on to give a quick lay of the land on what's going on with the Open Agents Alliance. And just to AVB real quick, please introduce yourself, introduce what the Open Agents Alliance is, and then what you shipped this last week.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Cameron. So my name is AVB. Some of you may have seen me around the Near ecosystem. I've been around for a while, always on the community side, doing a bit of everything. And yeah, I've spent the last few months diving into Python, a lot of agent frameworks, and I'm really excited to be able to put in a lot of those lessons and learnings into coordinating with all these projects. So a little bit about the Open Agent Alliance. It was announced during ETHDenver a couple of months ago, and it's been very busy since. So big announcement, big initial cohort of projects. Haven't had the chance to do much yet. So I'm really excited to come in to kick that into full force. And to understand the context of the Open Agent Alliance, there's a basic assumption, agents are going to eat the world. So this is an effort to bring people in a very agnostic way. It's very, mission critical. It's not, we don't see other people building, open agents as competition. We are all one team against closed source AI. And the alternatives are either we win with an open stack, could be us, could be our partners, could be people that we assist through the alliance, even if they're not members, or we could end up in a very dystopian world. So it's a very exciting time to be around. The space is moving very, very fast. And with that, maybe we can move over to the roadmap for the alliance. So as I mentioned, it was a big announcement, very heavy week during ETHDenver, and it's been a very busy roadmap for all the early contributors. So the first 4 weeks, what we'll see is a revitalization of the Open Agent Alliance. We'll see a refreshed image, everything from our presence on social media to the website, have a clearer message and a way to engage. I'll also be meeting with some of the early members, reviewing a lot of applications that we have for members to join, and just trying to get things rolling again.
I guess he's gone. So AVB will come back, trying to get things rolling. We'll give him about 20 seconds or so, and if he doesn't come back, we'll probably postpone him to the end. But in the meantime, I've worked with AVB for almost the last 4 years or so, just sort of, in an auxiliary fashion, but really excited to be working more closely with him. He's done so many amazing tutorials about how to navigate near DeFi. I loved his enthusiasm of just actually building agents. I mean, without anyone asking, or he's just, genuinely curious. And so really excited to have him on board to kind of lead this effort. He does a great job of coordinating a lot of different people from different backgrounds. So yeah, AVB is back. I'm going to bring him back on. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Good old technical difficulties.
Things open and kick myself out.
All good, man. Just want to kind of remind you, you said going to be rolling out what? What is the OAA rolling out?
Yeah, so we'll be rolling out a refreshed image. So you'll be seeing the Open Agent Alliance more and some like a renewed website and better ways of engaging. The key focus for the Open Agent Alliance will be on working groups and focusing on the technical implementations and any type of standards collaborations to really make open agents accessible and competitive with closed source. So some of the working groups that we're looking at are around discovery. How do agents discover each other? Secure communication. There's a lot. Payments are huge as well. There are a lot of teams working and doing great work on all of these verticals, and we're really trying to bring them together and present, like functional cookbooks, material, really shape the narrative as to why we need an open stack, why we think that Web3 and AI are the best product market fit, how to get started, how to make sense of the huge landscape of all the teams working on different things. There's going to be a really interesting mixture of work there, from the very technical, basically reverse engineering what would have to be true for a truly open source agent that is private, allows users to own their data, all the way to shaping the narrative and making sure that we see adoption. We want to drive as many builders as possible towards these teams. So that's in the pipeline. We're currently working with a 3-month sprint, and yeah, ideally you'll start seeing some announcements from us around new members joining. We'll be proactive as well, reaching out to some people. The working groups should be kicking off very soon as well. And ideally, by the end of the 3 months, we'll have something exciting to show around the working groups, standards, and how we're advancing the agent landscape in a user-friendly and privacy-preserving way.
Amazing. Well, looking forward to any sort of formal blog posts that come out highlighting the roadmap. And I'm really looking forward, especially to more adoption for AITP. And AVB's gone again, but more adoption for AITP. This is the open source AI agent-to-agent communication protocol that has been built inside of Near AI. And the whole point there is to break down the barriers of all these different agent frameworks, so you're able to have any agent interact with any other agent, no matter what framework they're built in. So really looking forward to the growth of AITP through OAA. But AVB, anything else that you want to say before you hop off?
For now, that my DMs are open, that everything will be agentic. And if you're interested, if you know of someone that may be interested, if you can see a connection of teams that could work together or a contribution that could move the alliance forward, definitely get in touch. Even though this is an initiative spun out of Near AI, it really is trying to get everyone rowing in the same direction. And as I said, this is mission critical. We've got to get these agents. The sooner, the faster, the better. So yeah, let's get them.
Awesome, man. Where can people learn more about you or the OAA?
So I am available on Twitter, AVB Near, and Telegram as well would be good places to reach me. The OAA at the moment, mostly through me or the Near AI account. And yeah, there's a website that it's being revamped, but it's also there. There is a form if people want to submit an interest. The form will also be revamped a little bit, but we will be going through the current applications, and anyone that reaches out will make sure to process in a swift way moving forward.
Will be as swift as possible. Well, appreciate it, AVB. We'll talk soon. And yeah,
No worries.
We're going to bring
Thanks
up
so much.
Julia. Julia, welcome.
Hi, Cameron. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad that you made it. So can you give everyone a quick overview about what is Tings, who are you, and what did you guys ship this week?
Perfect. Yeah, we are very excited to be here today. I'm Julia. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tings. And yeah, we are a team of ex-Google, Walpole marketers, ex-Unicorn directors. And after completing a blockchain incubator, we started building on Near during ETH Denver, actually, during we joined the 1 Trillion Agent Hackathon because we realized, Near is the #1 AI blockchain. So just to tell you a little bit what Tings is all about. So we saw there is a huge demand for game creation, but when we were talking to gamers and we said like, how would you build your favorite game? Actually, they said, yeah, it's really tricky to build it because I can't code, I don't have the time, and so on. So the barriers are huge. And also looking at our backgrounds coming from these big Fortune 500 brands, we interviewed more than 50 brands and we asked them, why are you not in gaming? Like, what is holding you back? And all of them said, building games is just very expensive and slow. And so it means we need a lot of resources and so on. And that's when we come in and we started building Things. So Things is an AI gaming platform that lets gamers and brands create games from a text prompt. So this means for the individuals, they can turn the unlimited creativity into games. They can do an instant game creation. We are building in a really exciting and cool marketplace. So we have a whole creator economy where you can, if you created, let's say, a really cool wizard with your prompts, you can sell it, you can monetize it so other people can use it in their games. Yeah, and all this, no tech skills required. On the other hand, we have the brands, so we can help them to build games 10 times cheaper and faster. So we make it really quick and easy for them and give them a lot of data and yeah, give them access to gamers all around the world. So what you can already hear, we are not only targeting Web3 gaming, but we are targeting gamers all around the world. And actually our market is even bigger with a digital advertising market. Just to visualize it a little bit more, I actually brought a few videos. So the first video I brought today is our vision trailer. We're very excited. We're showing it for the first time today. So let's have a look. Yeah, so you can see we have big plans and all of it, yeah, started during the 1 trillion agent hackathon. So I wanted to show you a little bit what we built there and what we shipped this week so you can see a little bit of our progress. Let me quickly jump here. So in the video, you can see talking Andreas, our CSO. So let me show you what we did during the hackathon.
Okay, you can jump into an adventure instantly, like this, by selecting a preset journey, or you can actually also create your own worlds in seconds. Our cutting-edge AI generates infinite possibilities, ensuring high replayability and unmatched engagement. And here's the game changer. Blockchain integration guarantees true ownership, transparency, and monetization. We're building the creator economy of the future, where anyone can turn their imagination into revenue.
Cool. And let's go to actually what we shipped this week. So you can, we brought a little demo of the product. And yeah, I will talk you a little bit through it. It's very exciting. You can see we are now in a 3D environment. Yeah, so here's the first successful run of our AI proprietary models, which we plugged into Unity to create a run and jump game mechanics. The prompt was create a basic endless runner game, have the camera follow the player. So what you can see, it generated two objects which can go to right, left, or jump through obstacles. And yeah, so proof of concept achieved. And this is what we shipped last week. What we are planning for then as a next steps is to integrate the prompting into a user-friendly UI, UX. And yeah, we are planning to finalize our MVP during May. So the first users, and hopefully you will be one of them, can try out our AI generated from prompts and yeah, try it all out, the first use cases. So yeah, very exciting. Also on the community side, we have some exciting updates. So here's our Linktree code. If you want to follow us, because there are two things you can do now. This week we set up our Discord channel. So it's very new, and we would be very excited to welcome you as our first members to follow us along. And of course, there will be a lot of exciting updates and announcements coming soon. So it's worth a follow. And the second thing is we, of course, want to build with the community, not for the community. Like, we want to have you really involved in this. So actually, we opened a new voting on our Twitter space where you can vote for our new brand colors. So we would love to get your opinion. So go in, take your vote. What is your favorite color? And this is the color we will pick and we will work on. Yeah, so that's from Things. Please stay in touch with us via our channels, and you can follow us along for the latest updates. And yeah, thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you for joining. And quick question though, what kind of games are you seeing people most interested in generating? And also, can you walk through just a little bit of the games that you guys are building yourselves?
Yes. So as our first, so in general, the type of games we are targeting are more casual games. So we won't be doing AAA games, or maybe I don't know, let's talk again in 1 year and maybe I will give you an exciting update. But what we are looking at are like really 3D multiplayer games. So for our first launch game, I can already tell you we are looking at an idle like RPG game. So we are really looking at multiplayer functions as well, how to make it exciting. We are looking at racing games, battle games, these kind of really popular games. Yeah. But I think in terms of AI, that's the beauty of it. With the prompts, there won't be a limitation to the genre. So what we will integrate are also like leaderboards and so on. So we can do vote like what next genre we should unlock and work on. Yeah.
Got it. And do you know what model you guys are using for the actual like generation?
Yes. For the AI model, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. So we are using Claude at the moment. And on top of that, we are fine-tuning our own AI models because, as you know, nobody managed so far to build this kind of prompts from games. So we are fine-tuning the model. It's a self-learning model, which is like really like learning all of these mistakes. So actually, yeah, it started last week learning. So we are very excited to see where it goes.
Great. Yeah. Do we have any of those compute providers that are in the ecosystem watching? They might need some compute.
Yes,
So
we do actually.
uh,
Yeah.
I had a
Please hit
feeling.
me up.
So yes, let's chat after more about that. Thank you for coming. This has been great. Just kind of last but not least, where can people learn more about you and things?
Yes. So I think the best channel is our Twitter channel, Playthings, which was in the QR code. So follow us along there.
Amazing. Thank you for coming on. Got to move on to the next speaker, but hope to have you back on soon. All right, moving on. Shu, can you hear me? See you in the audience. Please turn your camera on.
Hi, can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Thanks.
So it's not your first time here. You know the drill. Who are you? What is Mizu? What did you ship this week?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Shu. I'm founder of Mizu, and today I'm here to show our latest product. Actually, it's called Mizu Agent, and Mizu Agent is AI operator that runs in browser natively, and it's different from any other operator in the sense that actually it's a Chrome extension, so it can live in the browser and it can have access to your private data like your social media accounts, including like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, without any like onboarding, like with zero onboarding cost. Because in your existing browser instance, you already have your social medias logged in. And later I'm going to show you a demo that how Mizu Agent can navigate across different websites with you. And here, so let me show my screen a little bit. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So Yeah, this actually graph shows how what Mizu agents reaching very well. We believe that, so we will call like our agents called edge agents or data agents because it runs in your local laptop and in your browsers like locally, and it has access to your private data, including all these kind of social media accounts. Also, we can support local model hosting. So because it's running the edge and we really care about the privacy. And eventually, I think Near is also promoting this kind of AITP, agent-to-agent talking. We believe in the future, you should not let like external agents to talk with your private data directly. And we hope like the Mizu data agent can be the gate or can be the bridge between your private data to external agents, so you can protect your data like very well. So this is like Mizu agent dashboard, and we have built this Chrome extension that the agent running in the Chrome extension like locally. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works in general. It's extremely simple. Because I say, hey, you can talk him like open Elon Musk's Twitter page for me, and AI will like just understand your request, and it has it's not like chatbots. Okay, it can. Okay, yes, please. It's not like chatbots. So a lot of like Chrome extension, they're chatbots. You can just like only chat with them, but like we're building the operator that can really interacting with the browser and can crawl the data, can really help you to post Twitter, post Instagram posts or whatever, or even like buy something from Amazon and or like open Google Docs to save the documentation, or yeah, you can do whatever you can do as long as it's in the browser. And okay, see the page has been opened. And we switch to the other tab and I say, hey, switch to the tab you just opened. And like this is like the agent that really like lives in a browser. You see, like when I open the Twitter, I'm already logged in. Okay. For a lot of like operators, they wrap a new Chrome instance in their own application. And yes, please go ahead. They're actually wrapping a new Chrome instance in their application, which means you have to like relog in all your social credentials. And sometimes like the application, like the browser instance actually is a headless playwright simulator running in remote server. In that case, you have to even give out your credential, like your login, passwords, and everything to that server instances, which is very dangerous. We want to bring a very browser native operator experience here without downloading anything. Okay. And without like relogging any websites. So here you can see that it lists the tabs first and then find the Elon Musk Twitter page and switch to the tab like smoothly, right? So I already like showed how we can open the tab, switch the tab, like also like search across the tab. Now let's say, hey, please close the tab. And then you will like find the tab again and then like close it. So let's see if we can make it. Okay. Yes, please. Besides the websites, there are also some private data that you cannot get access from your websites. Okay. For example, Telegram data. And we're also supporting Telegram data here in the sense that you can import the Telegram data here. Okay. And because Telegram not living websites, right? Lives in a web app. So, okay. Please close Elon. Yeah. Musk's Twitter page for me. Yeah. And we already built the Telegram data importing website. Now it's called Mista, but eventually so it will merge with Mizu agents. So here, for example, like very easily, you can log in your Twitter like Telegram account, and you can select the port like groups to import. And once it's imported, you can see like the list of groups here, which is already imported, and we will build the I'm not sure why AI today is so hesitating. Normally like do that in one round, but this one is like very hesitating. Maybe because we switched the model. Okay, now it's closed finally. Okay.
Web agents are really hard. I was actually about to ask, like, what model are you using? Like, there's a bunch of open source ones these days. They're getting better and better. I'm just curious if you're using one off the shelf.
Yeah, we actually using we actually tried different ones. Like it's a combination of different models. Okay, we use Gemini because it has like very long context window, including the 1 million context window. It saves a lot of work because we don't have to chunk the data, right? Chunk the web page data. So a lot of like web agents like GUI agents, they are using this to like screenshot the thing and then analyze the thing, analyze the screenshot, right? We're using a different way because we're just like reading the code, reading the HTML code. Okay. Because the two reasons. The first one is like today's model, including Gemini and OpenAI and Anthropic, they are highly optimized for code reading because they're using that daily in Cursor, in Windsurf, in this kind of a coding editor, right? So highly optimized for coding. So we want to like starting from a pure coding analyzing path, but like we can also support screenshot. Okay, we're actually adding the screenshot option. So if the coding analyzing is not good, like we can do this kind of a screenshot and then like combine two together to make it better. And we also support DeepSeek actually. We tried 4 models DeepSeek, which is the open source one. And like the one with long context window really can save us a lot of work, even like it's not that smarter. And but like code analysis, we are using Anthropic Claude 3.7. And so we're not using OpenAI so far, but like in general, we are trying to combine all these kind of models. In the future, like we may support this kind of workflow. I'll explain to you. For example, like you want to generate a picture. You want to generate a picture and you want to populate the picture into all your social medias, including Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever thing, right? So we may use OpenAI for all to generate a picture because now it's the best AI to generate pictures. You don't have to deal with this kind of LoRa stuff, right? Yeah, you can use OpenAI to generate a picture. And then you can ask the Gemini to say, hey, post a picture to all my social websites. And then you can use Claude to analyze the page source, to identify the element that you can input the thing and click the button. Okay. So eventually it's a combining of multiple models.
I mean, that sounds like how AGI is going to play out. So it's great. You got to abstract it all away from the user, though. So it sounds like you're doing a pretty great job on that. You have 1 minute left. Is there anything specific you want to highlight?
Yeah, so we're gonna launch that I think in 2 to 3 weeks, and I hope like everyone can help to check it out. Now it's actually I'm showing the capability of navigating across the different websites, but soon it will be able to read the content in the website and also like click the button, input the field, do everything like you want them to do. And we're gonna release several demos, including like saving docs in Google in Notion and posting content across different websites. Or like you can say, hey, let me know like what Elon Musk says in last 3 days, and then we'll like go to different websites to crawl this kind of data. Okay, so this kind of data cannot be get from deep research because this is not public data. This is private data, right? So this is like how Mizu are different from all other AI operators out there. Yeah.
Super cool. What's the best place for people to stay up to date?
Once we release the Chrome extension, I think we're gonna maybe work with Near together because this is private data. We need a private TE network for the inferencing. We need private vector database for the social data storage. Yeah, we need all this kind of support later. But we're gonna announce in our Twitter, and also like we're gonna post create a Telegram video group so people can chat and share ideas there.
Beautiful. So the best thing people could do right now is go follow your Twitter and stay up to date.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, man. Shu, super cool stuff. We'll stay in touch, obviously. Is there anything else before we move on?
That's it. That's the thing we're doing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
You rock. Keep it up. Gonna bring up Jordan from Public AI. Jordan.
Everybody, great to see you. Yeah, I can go right into it. I know the drill, so
Yep.
don't need a long
Thank
intro.
you. Yeah, great.
For those who don't know me, I've been active in the Web3 space and also the Near ecosystem for over 5 years now. I am really excited about building platforms that allow people to earn, and Web3's ability to tap into that. So I'm going to be sharing Public AI, which is the latest evolution of all of the work that I've done previously on DAOs and gig work platforms for an exciting new use case in the AI narrative, which I'm also really excited about. Love seeing all the projects that are presented so far today and all of the action around AI, since AI narrative was one of the things that got me excited about Near and its roots in the first place when I was first jumping into the ecosystem. So have this presentation to jump through for what we shipped this week. Hopefully it's visible on everybody's screens. Wanted to give an overview of what Public AI is up to. Last time I popped on this podcast, I didn't get to share this. So the basic idea with what Public AI is doing, the vision is that everybody in the world will be able to bring their unique experiences, uniquely human insights and expertise into the age of AI, and that it will be equitable for them to do so. And we've built a platform that allows people to do data sourcing and collection, and then to make sure that our clients actually get high quality data out on the other side. We have a full pipeline for how that data gets filtered so that only the quality data shows up. So in this diagram, we're looking at an example of a client who was looking to collect images of dogs' noses because it's basically their fingerprint. So you can imagine they're building WorldCoin for dogs in the pet industry and want to be able to identify unique dogs. So of course you can get pictures of dogs off the internet, but what they needed was like 7 pictures of the same dog's nose close up from different angles, which is not something you can easily get off the internet. So for these niche on-demand data sets, we put out tasks to our gig workers, our data builders, who are numbering close to 1 million now. And we say, hey, everybody, this week we're taking pictures of dog noses. And they get a task in the Data Hub, our DApp, that explains what they need to go do and how to do it. And after they've uploaded their data sample, it then goes to Data Hunter Agent, which is our Chrome browser extension, where we're offloading some of the validation work, the kind of manual mechanical validation work that we can do to do a first pass on the data. But we know that AI filtering and even algorithmic filtering isn't the end of the data pipeline. Like, we know that after that, there's still a need for a human in the loop to be able to identify quality data. So we then bring the data back to our Data Hub, step 3, where we have humans confirming each other's data. And the way that this works is very similar to how blockchains produce blocks. Each one of the people voting on the data sets are considered a validator. And when there's enough consensus around the data being either a good or bad sample, then it gets filtered again in the system. And one of the things we like to remind people of as they're participating in the system is that you're not getting paid just for good data samples. You're getting paid to show up and differentiate what's good and bad. So it's good to be like diligent when you're looking at data to be able to vote yes or no on these things. And people get rewarded whether or not the data sample they're voting on is good or bad. They get rewarded for their participation. And then some other examples that we're running with different clients. We did a campaign where we were getting images of live streamers from Southeast Asia for a client that's generating their own AI influencers. Another pet client is looking for cat feces to determine if cats are healthy or not based on litter box cams. And then we also have a client that is doing a secondhand marketplace for luxury goods. So we're doing image-based differentiation to see if luxury good items are authentic or fakes. And this diagram kind of shows under the hood how this all works. We saw the example of how it's coming together. At the top, we have our clients, the AIs, the models that are training on the data that's being collected through our system. And below that, we have the dApps, or the places, touch points with our community. So the Data Hub I mentioned, where people can upload and vote on data, and the Data Hunter Chrome extension that's helping with the processing of that data and filtering of the data. And then the last bit that I haven't touched on yet is the blockchain consensus and the rewarding mechanism. So we're actually doing the skill tree KYC. So it's not like a government ID KYC. It's more about what you know and what you don't. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be sharing this week for what we shipped. And then we also use a collateral system. So instead of using staking for yield, people put down collateral to make a commitment to quality contributions in both the sense of the data and when they're voting. And then I mentioned the voting that we do. And all of this is tied together with a reputation system where the higher quality your contributions are, the less you wind up having to stake to participate in the system and the more you can earn. And then just a quick shout out for any potential investors out there. We are in our Series A round, so happy to talk about that as we're closing it up. Our traction is one of our major differentiators. The business was started when my co-founder, Dr. Stephen Wong, and Professor Sui were running an AI research lab, and they had their own pain of not being able to source data of high quality in an effective way that was cheap enough. So they solved their own pain and then decided to build a business around it. And then I joined the company last fall as a co-founder to focus on growing the community and the supply side. So it's one of those rare businesses in the space where we're a viable Web2 business with revenue and traction. And we're moving towards our TGE, and excited to talk to anybody who wants to be part of this vision with us. And on the community side, this isn't just for, airdrop farmers. This is for people with actual expertise. So while we do have the usual crowd in Southeast Asia, Africa, etc., we also have a large demographic of users who are in the North American region and Europe as well. So really, I urge everybody to come check this out and see where you can contribute your expertise and what it can mean to be part of a future where all of humanity's diversity is reflected in these AI models. And it's not just a top-down private interest, scary dystopian scenario as we move towards AGI and ASI. So that's an overview of what Public AI is up to. Wanted to share two things that we shipped this week. First of all, we have the Hot Wallet extension integration now. So this is just a run through for our users of how to connect your Hot Wallet once you've got that all set up. Huge shout out to the Hot team for how smooth this integration is. Super easy. And I love that as users have this open, they can see the site that they're interacting with. And this is something that we shipped this week. And then I alluded to it earlier that we got quizzes live. And again, the reason why we're doing these quizzes is so that we can identify not just high quality data in our system, but also high quality contributors. And these quizzes are about everything. Right now, we have one up about board games. We have more going live this week around regional, local expertise. Like, for example, did you grow up in America or Great Britain or Vietnam? We will have the language quizzes live for every language on our site, which right now we have over 10 languages live and internationalized because we want the platform to be usable by everybody in our community. And this is a quick example of what it looks like when you pop into Data Hub to go check out the quizzes and the process. When you actually start it, you'll get rewarded for completing the quiz. And the idea here is not to go Google all the answers and get a 100% score. You get rewarded no matter if your answers are right or wrong. And the upside for people who get the answers right is that they get early access to campaigns that are relevant to their expertise. So it's really, again, a way of when you bring your full human self with honesty to the system, you'll get the most out of it. Want to pop into what's next, and it's a little bit of what we shipped this week as well. I mentioned the locales. We have those live for tons of languages, so you can set whatever language you want for the UI. And then we also got Discord binding live this week, which is a kind of a teaser feature, because right now when you bind your Discord, there's not a lot of functionality that we've built out around it. But as we have been getting these expert communities built, we've seen kind of guild-like behavior around them. And we want people to be able to easily connect with each other on Discord based on how they do with their quizzes and so on. So that's upcoming functionality. And then a little bit of an alpha drop here. I won't say too much, but for the folks that are in the Near Builder chats, you might get an idea of why I've been noisy about Near NFT infrastructure lately. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Happy to hear from anybody, especially on the business side, if you want to run a test campaign and see what kind of data we can get for you. If you're a community member and want to join up, we've got over 780 or 790,000 data builders now. So come and join. It's a super vibrant community about people who are excited about the future of a more equitable AI. So check it out. Thank you for the time.
Jordan, love it. You know, you guys are building real business, even better in crypto. So, and with like real people, real customers, big shout out. A lot of questions for you, but we do need to move on. So, best place for people to learn more about you is Twitter, LinkedIn. What are the best channels?
Twitter is great. I had the public AI handle up there, so that's probably our largest channel. Telegram, Discord are also great. We've got large communities there.
Amazing. Well, thank you for coming on as always. Looking forward to trying it out, and got to move on to the next person.
Thanks so
Elliot, welcome back. I think the first time you were on was the first What Did You Ship This Week, which was the one that had over 2 million views in the first day. So
I know it was a little scandalous.
It was a little scandalous, but I don't think it's going to be. Hopefully, there's no problems this time. So please, without further ado, introduce yourself, what you ship this, what you're building, and then what exactly you ship this week.
For sure. Well, it's good to be back. My name is Elliot. I'm also a ecosystem builder. I've worked on a lot of different projects inside the ecosystem. Last time I was on, I was talking about Curate.fun, which was this, which is just like community curation, build your own brand type of bot that takes and distributes content across platforms. And now this week, I'm going to talk about Crosspost, which is the engine that Curate.fun uses in order to distribute to all these different things. I'm trying to present a screen, if I could please. Thank you. So first, a couple of things. Crosspost is essentially, you can connect your Near account and you can sign messages in order to connect social media platforms to a Near account. So you don't have to worry about OAuth tokens or anything like that. I have this proxy service that handles it all on the back end. And all you have to do, if you want to connect an account, I'll just go ahead and connect one now. So I can disconnect account. I'm signing a message in my wallet. It's validating it on my back end. And I can connect an account like this one. And then with it, I can start posting. So you can cross post to multiple accounts. You can cross post across platforms. More platforms will be coming soon. But, you know, just to try it out. Hello. And as you can see, so we've successfully posted. So just another thing that's part of the shipping is that, so we can just check what our post was. There's our text. It's kind of fun because you can also like enter a reply, and then you can select multiple accounts and you can be like, yo, and then both of them will reply to it. So yeah, there's a lot of cross-posting platforms out there. It's not an original idea. It's not even especially different than other ones. But the cool thing is that we are connecting these social platforms with Near accounts. You're connecting and you're able to control it with just like a signature. And so since you're able to do that, we can, and since Near's account model is so awesome and cool, what we can do is we can create a function call access key to our Near account, and you can give that to somebody, and now they can post to all the accounts that you can too. So I was actually really excited right before all this. This was something that I probably unlocked and got working after this call happened about 45 minutes ago. But let's see if I can do a demonstration just really quick.
You know, we love a lot, a quick ship to production and demo in the same hour. So,
oh my God, I was so pumped when I got it going. So I'm gonna hard code it. The one issue that I am having is the the text area, the passing the text along. But for anybody that maybe didn't tune into like the last calls, wait, what's going on here? There we go. Who maybe hasn't tuned into another call. So I work on this other project, curate.fun, and that's kind of the driving one for all this, is that we take in and we curate news across platforms. You can submit a piece of content from any platform, and then it kind of like gets picked up by the bot, and then the bot can go and it will do output. So for example, we have this ship post feed right here. It's been curated by community members. It's about all the stuff that's happening in the Near ecosystem. And then it like outputs to a RSS feed. So it has its own website. There you go. And this is all like content that is coming from Twitter. It goes through these like transformations, AI transformation, in order to create like real good content. And then, you know, it posts to other platforms too. So there's also Near social posting, and then there's like a Telegram feed. But for the past few weeks, been trying to work on getting this Twitter feed and posting to other platforms that use OAuth tokens without having to put in your username and password into a bot. And I think that's the most important part of it all. So this is kind of the plugin manager where you can try out and use these bots. And then if I go ahead, I rerun this, I have given a function called access key to the bot to say that, hey, you can post from my Twitter. And then it's going to inject that function call key pair right there. The platform is Twitter. My user ID is this one. And then we can distribute. It's going to say that it failed, but it didn't really fail. So there you go. This is the other hello of the many hellos. But this one came from a bot, from a function call access key, signing a message on my behalf to go ahead and post whatever content. So if you can see where this vision is going, it's that from curate.fun, you can create feeds for your community. And in that, you can connect your Twitter and multiple social accounts. You can give the bot a function call access key, and then it can automate and distribute content on your behalf, newsletters, podcasts, daily updates, retweets, reposts, likes even, and all that good stuff. So with this all, there's a proxy service. This is available to be used in your own applications. Anybody, this is like, for example, this is just a front-end client. All you need is a wallet integration and the SDK to be input, and you would be able to use any attached social account. So you can put it on your own website. There's an easy to use SDK that you can go ahead and start using today. And then it also has this Near Sign Verify package, which I created for creating and validating Near signatures. I essentially just pulled out the really great code that's going on with Near AI, how they validate Near signatures, and I put it into its own package. So these are all available to be used if you want to start cross-posting in your own applications.
Dude, this is so cool because I don't ever want to give an agent a full access key to an account. That's like really stupid. And so this is really cool. And also sort of just like manifests the whole, I guess, reason why every wallet on Near is by default a smart contract. So like you're really evolving the account model to things that are real. It's not just about like, hey, you know, another wallet can control this wallet. It's like, no, you can like entirely manage your social media accounts via agents without having those agents touch anything else regarding your wallet. So it's like the open web connector for external services.
100%.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's how I understand it. Yeah.
No, definitely. Exactly that. And also a lot of AI agents that you see going on right now, like Eliza, or, you know, they use this Twitter client that you have to give a password and the login and everything to it. This is different. Now you just kind of log in for it and you just give that login to a Near account and it can do everything. And this concept can extend to anything that uses OAuth 2 PKCE for authentication. So see it soon for cross-posting across platforms and also maybe cross-listing products. So
That is so cool. I'm actually really excited to have the next guest on, Matt, because he's talking about shade agents. They are working with a team that built a mindshare agent, which essentially can trade on behalf of users depending on what's going on Twitter. And I'm pretty sure it requires an auth, but actually, Matt, I'm just gonna bring you on. What's up?
Hey.
Hi. Question about the mindshare agents and the other shade agents. You don't need to give them any credentials, do you? Like Twitter.
You do, like, so the mindshare agent runs on Kaido. And so you'll need like access to their API. And then for like the base names agent, I mean, you're tweeting on X and stuff, so you do need some credentials there. There's two ways to do it though, and this should be kind of interesting for developers. One way is to basically just create an X account. Typically, you want to get that up to 100 followers. This is just sort of lessons that we've learned. You get that up to 100 followers, so you're not viewed as sort of a spam bot or whatever, right? And that also allows you to talk to other agents, like BankerBot, for example, won't talk to you unless you have 100 followers. And then what you can do is you can actually sign in with that account in your browser, and then you can copy some of the cookie data over to your environment variables with shade agents, and then you can basically use that. You have to kind of be mindful of rate limits and things like that. That's kind of a hacky way to kind of force like a user auth and basically pretend to be the logged in user from the browser. It does work. But then there's obviously the more official way, which is basically, what do they call it? Pay the Elon tax. I'll probably get banned for saying that. But basically, pay the tax, the developer API access, and then just do it through the official channels, through official APIs. The Eliza OS Twitter agent client will do both. So you can either pump it with the correct credentials from like a developer account, or you can do cookie auth, and I've done that with the previous shade agents. So in the shade agent repos, like I kind of present, both worlds and basically say you can try this or that. So yeah, I hope that helps answer your question.
Totally. Elliot, I'd love for you to look into shade agents a little more if you haven't already. It's super cool stuff. But Matt has a lot to unpack. Elliot is super cool. Before you hop off, is there anything else that you want to share? Any place where people could stay up to date with the project?
I mean, follow curate.fun on Twitter, follow open_crossposts on Twitter, and then also join the Telegrams. If you try it out, tell me how it goes, and then follow along. I'll have more on how to integrate it into your own agents.
Love it, man. Thank you for coming. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
Passing it over to Matt. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm moving. So you can see some boxes and stuff. I'm sitting on the floor, just practicing
Nice.
my like Buddha or whatever you want to call it. Doing something. But I'd love to talk about the hackathon we have going on right now with BankerBot. So do you mind pulling up that tweet that I left in the schedule? And maybe you're more adept at sharing your screen right now.
Yes, because we don't want you to share your screen. Definitely not.
Well, also, like I'm hot spotting right now, so
No, it's okay. I'm messing
don't want
around.
things to go off the rails.
Yeah, share screen, window. Bada bing. I'm gonna hop off, but at some point, introduce yourself and what you shipped this week. But that's my
Cool. Yeah, if you don't mind just kind of scrolling in the background gently. This is the hackathon. We did our original shade agent with base names, but we also kind of co-marketed with BankerBot because it was an effective way to have someone basically pay for and fund this one-time address that we were using. So base names, the agent was basically like, hey, at base names, can you buy me, matt.base.eth? And it'll reply and say, sure, send this much ETH to this address and we'll get you going. And so you could use BankerBot to send it by just saying, send it. And it was really quite a slick flow, 2 agents working together to provide some utility to end users. And that actually got us talking about maybe having like a small hackathon to get shade agents that would be extensions to BankerBot. So here it is. I think it's probably like the pinned post on @ProximityFi. So definitely check out Proximity Labs on Twitter if you haven't already. And speaking a little bit to some of the points here is that we just announced it yesterday. The build session is April 25th, so starting tomorrow to May 3rd. So it's just a kind of a tight turnaround. I'll tell you how easy it is to actually kind of enter this hackathon as a developer in just a sec, but just more of the details. May 3rd, submissions are going to close. Winners are revealed on X. So really like a tight turnaround here, easy way for a developer to like make some cash and stuff. So what we're looking for is basically, we're looking for agents that extend BankerBot's functionality. So you don't need to know a ton about the Shade Agent stack in order to make this work. If you've ever seen the Shade Agent template or Shade Agent base names repo, very easy stuff to fork and clone, and basically just gives you everything you need to know about shade agents. There's a video walkthrough, a whole bunch of tutorials and stuff. What we're looking for in this hackathon though is shade agents that interact on X. So like I mentioned before, you can create like an X agent basically. And a lot of the code is there in the Shade Agent base names repo as well, which we've like linked up. So we're basically kind of saying, fork and do something different, do something like your unique use case, and then basically do a video, do a submission, talk about it, share it with us, and we'll see if you win. So that's what we're looking for. Some things like a lot of people are talking about is like maybe having like a betting agent or something. But there's easier stuff than that. Like, I mean, just tweet at an agent and then have it basically say you want to mint an NFT or something, have it respond with a one-time address to use. And this address uses chain signatures. And then when the user sends funds to that address and the address is funded, the agent will take the funds and mint the NFT and then refund the balance. So it's basically kind of just like how the base names agent works. But you would just take that use case part, is it buying a base name? Is it minting an NFT? Is it minting a Zora coin, whatever? And you would change it to suit your use case. I'm currently working on one that will do a Zora coin for based on some tweet or whatever. So somebody tweets and then somebody else replies to it and says, mint it, and then I'm working on a flow for that. So in the Shade Agent Telegram group, which I think we also linked up, you can follow along. I'll be posting about my progress on that, basically daily. There it is, the shade t.me/shade agents. Couldn't be much easier than that. So if you can join the Telegram group and you're developing in this hackathon, that's a great place to ask questions. And I'm also working on the Zora coin one. So follow along. That's pretty much all.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, devs have everything they need, from ideas to build, the support channels, the money, the community. What else could you want? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell us. Cool new tech. Pretty much free to deploy.
If anyone does anything like really kind of groundbreaking, like one thing we haven't really delved into a ton with Shade Agents is running the LLMs in the T and stuff like that, or on some other kind of inference cloud. That could be pretty interesting. So I could see somebody doing like entering this hackathon and doing sort of an interactive tweet, like tweet plus generative AI thing, like you tweet at the agent, agent responds with like generative text, and then, you know, maybe like 4 samples of generative text or generative images, and you respond by saying, hey, I'd like to mint that one, you know. So lots of cool ways to do this. But yeah, we're looking for interactions where, you know, it's X, it's a Shade Agent stack. There's an X interaction, and there's an interaction with BankerBot to fund that thing, you know, that whether it's a mint or a swap or a trade or a bet on something. Yeah.
I was just thinking, I would like an agent that I can use to participate in DAO governance, where I actually just tweet at the agent and then it actually executes the on-chain transaction, because everyone always complains in DAO governance where like, oh, you didn't really, like, it wasn't as public, it was only on the forum, or like it wasn't known, because like things stay in the forum. And so I love a Shade agent if anyone wants to build it, or I might just participate in the hackathon, who knows, that can essentially vote on chain via tweet.
That would be very cool. Yeah. Transparency agent.
Pretty much. Yeah. Cool. Matt, this has been great. Pretty sure you already did all your plugs. Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah, happy to answer questions in that dev group until, you know, the submissions on May 3rd. Just really excited to see what people will build. And yeah, like I said, with the base names repo, forking that, you pretty much have everything you need. You just need to kind of put that little lemon twist to your use case, and then you're good to go. And then you can also follow along on how I'm using the Shade Agent stack to do the Zora Coin one as well. I'm doing that as a branch off of the base names agent, adding sort of like an additional kind of functionality to the base names agent to do these Zora Coin mints. So yeah, follow along and check it out.
Love it. Well, thank you, Matt. Always great having you on.
Thanks for making time for me. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Yep. Guys, that is all. About 2 minutes over. I've been doing a bunch of stuff these days, primarily managing a lot of the sort of key partnerships that Near AI is working with, primarily on the Fala side, Silverstream with browser use agents, now hopefully Mizu with browser use agents, working on an auditor agent, as I've brought up a few times. We're actually going to bring that team on sometime in the future. It's been a lot of, work in the meantime, and we want to come to you guys with something tangible. So, and that is an agent that audits other agents. The kind of goal here is to, be the first filter for agent discovery. Agent discovery is, in our eyes, is like the multi-billion-dollar problem that needs to be solved. It's essentially Google. And we think security is the first step, because I don't want you to discover agents that are going to steal your stuff. So that is the point of the auditor agent. We're working on a bunch of cool Coinbase-related stuff as well. Hopefully more to come on that. Hopefully a demo for you next week. But that's all I got. Tune in next week. We're doing this every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. I know there's a lot of other time zones around the world, but I'm going to just highlight those. And yeah, your week will make clips out of some of the key takeaways from this. I think this was a great one. Really love what Elliot is doing on the Curate side. And I mean, really what everyone's doing. I'm not going to repeat all of it, but that one was especially interesting to me. So yeah, we'll stay in touch, and be sure to follow Near Week for the clips. See you guys next week.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Near Week.
Thank you all.